Now we are going to see second one, that is Indo-Gangetic plain. Indo-Gangetic plain. Indo-Gangetic plain. Yeah, Indo-Gangetic plains. Let us see once what are the plains. Okay, so first, plains are formed. How plains are formed? Plains are formed. How plains are formed? Plains are formed by the rivers. By the rivers. Plains are formed by the rivers. How? Rivers. Rivers brought alluvium. Rivers brought alluvium and deposited. So this alluvium is very fertile. Hence, these alluvium, wherever these alluvium soils are there, wherever this alluvium is there, those lands were very fertile. So plains are formed, the silt or the clay which was brought by the rivers. So the plains are formed by the rivers. How? Rivers brought alluvium and deposited. So this is we called as plains. Sir, how the plains are formed? Let us see again geological background. Let us see the geological background. See beta, when Indo-Australian plate, this is Indo-Australia plate and this is Eurasia plate. When these both plates are colliding with each other, so this part, so there was a low basin was formed. Means we can also say that it was a very shallow land. It is Himalayas. This is Himalayas. When Himalayas are formed, here a shallow land was formed. This was the shallow land. Whenever Himalayas are formed, the shallow land, the low land was formed. The low land was filled with the deposition, or the low land was formed with the silt, which was brought by the rivers. Let us see. For example, this is Himalaya, Himadri, and this is Himachal, and this is Shivalik. Yeah. Whenever these are formed, here one low land was formed. This low land. This is Himalayas. These are the Himalayas. When these Himalayas are formed, a low land. This is we called a low land, or also called as shallow land. This shallow land was formed. This shallow land was filled with the sediments. This is completely filled with the sediments. So whenever this was filled, this was completely filled with the alluvium. So whenever it was filled with the alluvium was brought by the main rivers, Indus River and Gangetic River. The alluvium was brought by these two rivers, Indus River and Gangetic River. Hence we are calling these as Indo-Gangetic plains. These are Indo-Gangetic plains or Indo-Gangetic plains. I explain again. See beta. Himalayas are formed due to the endogenic forces. Endogenic forces means internal forces. In your 9th class, you know that denudation, deposition, okay? Next, evaporation and erosion, these all are you have. So you will see Himalayas are formed due to the endogenic forces, means the inside forces. But the plain was formed due to the exogenic. It is formed due to the exogenic and endogenic, both exogenic and endogenic. Due to the endogenic, the low land was formed. So this land was filled by the exogenic factors. Because the rivers brought alluvium. Yeah, we know that 200 million years ago, whenever the Himalayas are formed, so there was a low basin. This is a low basin. This low basin was formed. This low basin was filled with the sediments brought by the rivers. So shall we write here again? Yeah, 200 million years ago, a low basin was formed. this was filled with the sediments. Filled with the sediments. Here, the meaning of the sediments means silt or clay, sediments. Filled with the sediments. Who brought? Brought by the rivers. Simple. Yeah, they may ask, how plains are formed? Plains are formed that whenever Indo-Australian plates were collide, 200 million years ago, so whenever these both are collide, there was a low basin was formed. This low basin was formed. This low basin was later days it was filled with the sediments. It was completely filled with the silt and clay. It was brought by whom? Brought by the rivers. Which rivers? Indo-Gangetic rivers. Hence these are called as Indo-Gangetic plains. So I hope I am clear how Himalayas were formed and how Indo-Gangetic plains were formed. Yeah. Let us go deeper into the topic. Next, let us see how it can be influence us, and how the plains also influence us, and how these plains are spread across the country. Let us see once. You know that this part is also called as western part, and this part is called as central part, and this part is called as eastern part. So this is it is called as Indus, and this is Ganga, and this is Brahmaputra. Let us see, Indo-Gangetic plain can be divided into three parts. Indo-Gangetic plains, it can be divided into three parts. First one is western part. So western part means this is the western part. So this is west and this is east. So this is western part, this is eastern part, and between these two, this is central part. Yeah, this is Indus. Western part also called as Indus Plains. It also called as Indus Plains. And Ganga Plains also called as Central Plains. Ganga Plains. Brahmaputra Plains also called as Eastern Plains. So let us see by individually. Now let us take western part. How western part was formed? Yeah, western part was formed. First one. Western part was formed due to the it was formed, very very important. It was formed due to the Indus and its tributaries I repeat, they may ask how western plains were formed, how western part plains were formed, or how Indus plains were formed. Indus plains were formed due to the Indus and its tributaries. It was formed due to the Indus and its tributaries. Yeah, what are the tributaries? Tributaries are JC brothers. You know that you have remembered Chandana brothers, Bhammana brothers, like JC brothers. J means beta Jhelum river. J means Jhelum. C means Chenab river. B means Beas or Bias river. R means Ravi river. S means Sutlej river. So western part was formed due to the Indus river and its tributaries. They brought alluvium, they brought silt, they brought clay, and they deposited in this place. They completely deposited in this place. So between this place, it was deposited. The alluvium was deposited. So the Indus plains were formed due to the alluvium brought by the Indus river and tributaries. Here, alluvium brought by the Indus river and tributaries. So most of this is located in the Pakistan. Most of this part was located in the Pakistan. Very less in India. In India, these are in Haryana and Punjab. These are. So they may ask that Western Plains were located in which part of India? Western Plains were located in little bit part of India, that is especially Haryana and Punjab. I repeat, Haryana and Punjab. You see beta, whenever you see this is a one river, this is one river, and this is one river. Between the rivers, lands are there. So that we called as this western part is very famous. Western part is famous for Doab, D-O-A-B, Doab. Very, very important in examination point of view. Famous for Doab. Sir, what is Doab? Doab means a fertile land. A fertile land between two rivers. So I explained to you, this is one river, this is one river, and this is one river, and this is one river. So for example, this is Jhelum river, this is Chenab river. The land between the Jhelum and Chenab, this one. The land which is there, the land this one. This is called Doab, and this is also called Doab, and this is also called Doab. So that means what we understand that a fertile land between the two rivers. A fertile land between the two rivers is known as Doab. Western part is very famous for Doab features. I repeat, western part is very famous for Doab feature. So I may clear that western part. I repeat, western part or western plains also called as Indus plains because Indus plains were formed due to the Indus river and its tributaries. What are the tributaries? Tributaries were I wrote as JC brothers. JC brothers. J means Jhelum, Ch means Chenab, B means Bees, R means Ravi, S means Sutlej. And moreover, most of these western plains were located in the Pakistan. And little bit part also located in India. These are in Haryana. I wrote as HR. And P and B, Punjab. This is P and B means Punjab. This western part is very famous for Doab. Doab means, Doab means a fertile land between the two rivers. Example, you see, Do means two. The land between the two rivers. Tinab means the fertile land between the three rivers. Example, Punjab. We are writing as Punjab. Punjab means, five. Abi means rivers. So the land between five rivers. Punjab is known as the land between five rivers. So that is the Doab. Am I clear? I hope I cleared. Next, let us go to central plain next. So this is the western part. Now let us go to central plains. Yeah. Now let us see central plains. Yeah, central plains. So these are the central plains. Till now we have done this part. Till now we have done this part. This part we have done now, just now. Now let us see how Ganga plains were formed. Same formula you have to adopt. What formula we adopted here? Central part. Example, central part. So the central part are central plains. Central part are central plains. Central plains also known as Ganga plains. These are also known as Ganga plains. Right, first point done. And the second one. So how these are formed? These are formed same. What we adopted in the western part? In western part, these are formed due to the Indus river and tributaries. Same you write here. This is formed due to the which river? This is Ganga. This is Ganga river. This is formed due to the Ganga river and its tributaries. Sir, what are its tributaries? These tributaries are, many tributaries are there. Let us see, like example, 3G is there, 3G. Now we are running 5G. 3G means, 1G is Gomti. And second G is Ghagar. Third G is Gandak. And Yamuna. So 3 Gs are completed. And Yamuna, okay, Chambal, Son, Kosi, etc. In examination point of view, you write then after etc. Okay, you just give example 2 or 3 rivers, then you can write etc. You just write that Ganga plains are formed due to the Ganga river and its tributaries, because Ganga river brought alluvium and these tributaries also brought alluvium. And see, here one river, 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 here one river. So these all rivers were completely brought alluvium. These all tributaries brought alluvium and they deposited this area. The clay, the silt, completely they deposited this area. Hence this became very fertile land. These are became very fertile land. Yeah, where these are located? These are located near Ghagar to Tista. So this is Ghagar beta. This is Ghagar. I am writing here. This is Ghagar. Ghagar also one of the tributary. Ghagar and here Tista. Ghagar and Tista. Right, you write that it is stretched from Ghagar to Tista. Ghagar to Tista. We can write GA also. Ghagar to Tista. Ghagar to Tista. Ghagar to Tista. So they may ask, Ganga plains are extended from where to where? Ganga plains are extended from Ghagar to Tista. Ghagar to Tista, these were extended. Next, these are mostly located in UP, okay, Bihar, UP, Bihar, West Bengal, okay, West Bengal, some parts of the Jharkhand, okay, some parts of the Jharkhand, some part of the Uttarakhand also come under this part of the central plains. So hope I clear. Central plains were formed. Central plains were formed due to the Ganga river and its tributaries, because Ganga river and its tributaries brought alluvium and they deposited these places, and whenever they deposited the places, this became very fertile land. And I already gave examples of the tributaries of Ganga, and these are stretched from Ghagar to Tista, and mostly these plains are located UP, Bihar, West Bengal and Jharkhand and some parts of the Uttarakhand. So this is about the central plains. Right, students, now let us learn the last and final part. The last and final part, it is the eastern part. This is here, eastern part. So this is river is Brahmaputra river. Brahmaputra. See, Brahmaputra plains also called as, just in the beginning we discussed, eastern plains. This is also called as eastern plains. Right? Same formula you adopt. Here, eastern plains. Yeah. Here we call central plain is also known as Ganga plains. Here we are discussing that. Here we can call that eastern plains also can be called as Brahmaputra plains. Brahmaputra plains. Completed one point. Yeah. Second point. So how these were formed? These were formed due to the. I'm writing with formed. Okay. Formed due to the Brahmaputra river. Same adopt the same formula. Brahmaputra river and its tributaries. So I am giving examples of all the tributaries. Then I want to give examples. Tributaries like Dibang, Lohit. Many are there. Like Subansiri, Dhansiri. I am unable to write because these are not given in our textbook. Dihang, Lohit. If you want extra information, also you can write Subansiri, and second one is Dhansiri. So these are also tributaries of Brahmaputra river, and these are stretched in where these are in some parts of Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. Due to Brahmaputra river, there will be a flash floods. Usually flash floods occurs in Assam. So Kaziranga National Park, located in Assam, single horn rhinos, one horn rhinos may probably die due to flash floods. So in Assam, Brahmaputra is called as Saro River of Assam. I repeat, in Assam they call Brahmaputra Saro River of Assam, that is Brahmaputra. So till now we have discussed that western plains, central plains and eastern plains. So these are the total area of Indo-Gangetic plain is 7 lakh square kilometers. 7 lakh square kilometer. That means very broad. Okay, and these are 2,400 kilometers length. 2,000 from west to east. west to east, here to here, 2400 kilometers of distance long. And these are west side. West side, the width was broad. West side, these are broad. These are very broad. And the east side narrow. And the east side very narrow. I repeat, the plains are very wide, and the plains are narrow. So you see once. So this is west side. These plains are very broad, and whenever we are coming from west to east, these are decreased. That means narrow. It says that it's narrow. So this is about Indo-Gangetic plains. So hope I clear. Indo-Gangetic plains. Indo-Gangetic plains are formed due to the rivers and what their tributaries, which brought alluvium and deposited the low, shallow land when that was formed during the time of formation of Himalayas approximately 200 million years ago. So these are very fertile. You see, children, many people are living here. Highest population in the country is in these plains. Many people are living. Why many people are living in this area? Why many people are living in this area? Why many people are living in most population? Most population is there. Why? Plains are suitable because plains are suitable. Plains are suitable for agriculture. Plains are suitable for agriculture. In UP highest population. UP ranks first in population. Why many people are living in UP? Why not most of the people not living in Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim? Why Sikkim? It is least populated state because terrain, the really features, the terrain, hilly areas are not fit for the living conditions and not fit for the agriculture. And these are good transportation, good transportation like roadways, railways, okay, and airways suitable in the plains. And the plains, rivers are available in the plains. Rivers, water availability is needed. Without water we can't live now. Example, Rajasthan, many people were not living in Rajasthan because they want water. They wanted to do agriculture, they want water. They wanted to drink, they want water. So there was no water availability. So the rivers are there. So there was a huge water availability in the plains because in plains many rivers are there. Whenever many rivers, the water availability percentage is more. So that and suitable for agriculture, road and transportation system, and rivers also there. So because of that, many people they wanted to live in plains area. So majority of the states, you see Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Bihar. These are highest populated states. Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal after you see Bihar, and then after a little bit parts of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. So these are highly populated because of the suitable living conditions. Okay, am I clear? Suitable living conditions. Let us see a few parts. After Himalayas, what will be there? After Himalayas, we learn that Indo-Gangetic plain. After Indo-Gangetic plain, what will be there? Let us see. See children, so this I told to you, these are the Himalayas. These are the Himalayas. Like longitudinally, these are the Himalayas. After these Himalayas, we learn that these are the plains. This is completely plains. Okay? So plains. Yeah, this is north. So this is north and this side is south. This is south. So these are the Himalayas. These are Himalayas. Right. So whenever the rivers flow from this mountain through plains, this is the river. The river is flowing from the Himalaya and also flowing from the plains. Okay. Whenever the river flowing from the Himalayas, it will be deposited some of the material in the foot hills of the Shivalik. I repeat, this is a mountain. This is a mountain. Whenever the water coming from the mountains, or whenever the river flow from the mountain, whenever it flows down, it is coming down. Whenever it flows down, it will deposit certain material at the foot hills of the Shivalik. Near foot hills of the Shivalik. This is Shivalik and this is Himadri. Whenever it is coming down, it will be deposit some material here, this place, because it lost its velocity to carry the deposits. Hence, it deposited certain material this place. So these deposited material was called as pebble stone sediment. Pebble stone sediments. So this pebble stone sediments is called as bhabar. These are called as bhabar. Very, very important. I repeat. Whenever the rivers flows, they deposit certain material or the pebble stone material near foothills of the Shivalik. This is Shivalik. They deposited. The deposition will be 8 to 16 kilometers distance. 8 to 16 kilometers of the distance, the pebble stone sediments were deposited. So these pebble stone sediments were called as bhabar. You simple, you write. What are bhabar? Bhabar means pebble stone sediments deposited at the foothills of the Shivalik. This is the Shivalik. Near Shivalik, it was deposited. Whenever the river coming out, it deposited, the water come down. But the heavier particle deposited here, and the lighter objects or the water, the liquid, it will come down towards the plains. So here it was deposited here, and because pebble stones are very heavy, whenever the heavy particles are deposited here, and then after the liquid material, the river flows through the plains. So this is bhabar. Bhabar is porous in the nature. Bhabar is porous in the nature. Sir, what is porous? What is porous? Porous means, it will be, aeration. Aeration can be happen. It will be absorb liquids. It can be absorb the air also. Oh, it is porous. We can also say that aquifer. It can receive the water. Okay. So this is porous in nature. Bhabar. Next, last and final. Bhabar. Bhabar after whenever the rivers come down. I told you, here materials were deposited here. Material deposited. After the material deposition, they go beyond to the plains. Whenever the river water, they go beyond to the areas. Here the wet and swampy area. Wet and swampy region. Whenever the water flow down, or this is I told Bhabar. South of the Bhabar, it will be one area is there. Terai means marshy and swampy region. Marshy and swampy region. Marshy and swampy region means when water flows, it will be wet. When the excessive water will be not come, it will be dry. So that area we can call as marshy and swampy region. Marshy and swampy region is known as Terai. Terai is located south of the Bhabar. Bhabar north is, what is Bhabar north? Plains. What is north of the plains? Himalayas. So Himalayas south plains south Bhabar south Terai. So Terai means marshy and swampy region. Bhabar means pebble stone sediment. Pebble stone sediment is known as Bhabar, and these are the plains. Still now we have done that. How Himalayas are influence our climate, and what are the important things about Himalayas, how Himalayas are protecting us, how Himalayas are attracting the tourists, and then after how the plains are formed. There in India, 3 kinds of the plains are there: Indus plains, Gangetic plains, Brahmaputra plains. These are both are formed due to the endogenic and exogenic factors. Okay, 2,400 kilometer distance length, 7 lakh kilometers area, and Doab feature. Doab means the land between the 2 rivers. Punjab, the land between the 5 rivers. After that, this is Himalayas. After this is Shivalik. At the Shivalik, whenever the river brings the silt, or whenever the river carries the material, they deposit near the foothills of the Shivalik. 8 to 16 kilometers. 8 to 16 kilometers of the distance, and these calcareous materials or these materials known as Bhabar. Bhabar means pebble stones. This is porous in nature. Porous means it can be absorbed air. It can also absorb the liquid. Next, Bhabar south. Whenever the river excessive water flows, there will be a wet area will be formed. So this wet area is called as Terai. Nowadays, this Terai they cleared for the agriculture. Whenever the water comes, here the trees will be grown. The trees will be grown. So the forest usually grown. This forest have been cleared for the sake of agriculture. So this is today's our lesson, beta. I hope you understand. And in the next lesson, we will see about Peninsular Plateau. Thank you. Thanks a lot.